On, guys. We are here at the beginning of season number 6. We made a couple moves in the offseason. One being we got the closer Mason Miller and relief pitcher, but also can close Cade Smith. They're both high 90s. We found Patrick Bailey. We traded away Tyler Stevenson. Kept Jeffers, picked up Matt Theis as a third catcher need be. He'll be in the majors this year with us. We ended up this guy. I don't even know where this guy was last year. I think he had a major jump in overall because suddenly he was an 80. So I wasn't originally going to go for Mason Miller, but when we found out how good of a deal we could get for him, we went for it. So now we'll have this Arrojo guy up. And we sent Brian Monk down just for a little bit, probably. Robert Garcia is going to start in the minors. We've got Cade Smith, Morahan, Holderman, Piamps, Hertz. What I really want. Yep, we got another lefty arm. Good. We have Morahan, Robert Garcia if we need to replace either Hertz. Why wouldn't I do that right now? How many, I'm using his last option here. We're going to do this ourselves, and then we're going to move him up. Boom. All right. Moving on. Naylor and Encarnacion Strand are still in the majors. Horner is going to be the only second baseman in the majors to start things off here. I'm thinking of calling Douglas up, or at least letting him grow in the minors one more year, because like 76 to 22 is pretty good, so we're just looking for more. Also, the real Reds just hit a grand slam, so that's nice. This guy is going to be in the majors. Not the best of players here. But then on waivers, we'll have Marte, Taylor, and Cam Collier. Hopefully at least one of them clears, especially I'm thinking Marte. We'll have Ellie. His speed's cooling down. He's still a 96 overall, but he's a 95 speed now. I mean, he's 28 years old now. So, I mean, again, we'll start Kerstad and Donovan in AAA. Yeah, I know. They're both better than Jake Fraley, but I just can't bring myself to take Jake Fraley out. I love him. Love the guy. Now, TJ Friedel's speed's down to 57. Power's up to 65. No, that's technically down. I think it was 66 last year. We had to hire a few new coaches. Let's see if I can find where that is. Staff contracts. Coaches. Yeah, we got a new pitching coach, a new third base coach, and a new farm director. We signed all of them to 3-year deals. I like to sign the guys that keep the stats going up instead of down. So that's what we're doing. Let's get into game 1. It will be... Oh, sweet. Aguirre cleared. That's a good sign. That's a great sign. Let me actually check just to make sure everybody else did the same. Let me see here. First baseman. Who am I looking for? Third baseman. Marte cleared. They all cleared. Heck yeah. We have too many people in AAA, though. That'll have to fix itself. We'll send Ken Norton down to AA. The 24-year-old will have to grow down there, which is totally fine. What I don't know what I'm doing about... I kind of wish that we had enough space to call one of these guys. Reds are rolling. Steer hit a home run. Sorry. Totally watching an actual Reds game while trying to set this up. Sorry. Butler is going to start in the majors. I have no idea if we're going to keep him up here this year. I would like to. I hope I don't have a reason not to. But we'll have to see how that one goes. This Brailer Guerrero not growing as fast as I'd hope he would. In fact, he actually went down. That's insane. Dang it. Any AAA guys I don't want in AAA? I mean, that looked weird. Who doesn't deserve AAA? I'm going to move Braden Taylor down to AA. There, that's fixed. Sorry for that. And now let's get into game 1 of 2030. Hunter Green is down in overall. We just re-signed I think we signed Brady Singer until he's 40. So that'll be fun. We're just gonna play around with our batting order. I don't want him batting 9th though. Let's bet Butler 9th, Robert 8th, and Encarnacion Strand can switch with Bailey. Ooh, I think we'll switch these two and them. Nice. However, not much speed. That's good speed. Actually, he's got good speed. I don't know what I'm talking about. We're going to start like that. We're going to go with this. If it don't work, that's what the whole season's for. We can play around with it. I am looking forward to starting yet another season with you guys. Also, just kind of need...
And welcome in, everybody. Glad
I would say we need a good season, but we've had nothing but good seasons. We've been in the postseason every single season. And with the lineup we got this year, I don't suspect that will go any differently, but...
my partner, Chris Singleton. I'm John Shambi. So
did it sound like he was speaking with a mouthful to anybody else?
The expectations this season, and why not? They're the defending World Series champs. Singy, it's become so hard in today's game to go back-to-back as champions. Why do you think that is?
Well, guess what?
I think it's because of the competition level and the parity that we're seeing.
Ellie De La Cruz is supposed to have 57 stolen bases, which is down.
Yankees won 3 years in a row from 1998 to 2000, but over the next
not
20 seasons, nobody else was able to repeat. I think there's less of an imbalance at the top, and teams can compete by combining good and
all right, Fraley is supposed to have a 280. I would love that. This is why he's still up here.
Once you hit the postseason, anything's possible.
Nobody's supposed to hit 30 home runs, though. All right.
Just about set to go now. On the mound for the Reds, Hunter Green.
Year number 6 is underway, and a swinging strike on the inside. Former Red Will Benson gets things started off for San Francisco, and it is a ground out to start things off. What is this? His stats are pretty good. High 70s, mid 70s. Matt Chapman is the number 2 hitter. I know for a fact they'll be missing their catcher.
And there's 2 away. 2 outs, base is empty.
I'm gonna slide it in there with a slider, and it got by him. How do you have a 10-game hit streak when the freaking season just started? He'll strike out. And now, your Cincinnati Reds will start things off in the bottom half of the first inning. That is on the ground, foul, well struck, but it will be a 2-strike count now.
That missed by a lot.
I feel like I maybe should have put Hampson first like we were doing a lot last year. Don't think that would hurt. That's down, full count to Nico Horner. Jordan Hicks is going to have to work. You're going to have a lot of familiar faces, a lot of new faces this year. That is in there. Strike 3. Oh, goodness. All right. Garrett Hampson's going to follow that one up and hope not to strike out. And I hope so as well. Whoa, it hit him. The second batter of the season is plunked by a pitch, and we will see Ellie De La Cruz come up to the plate for the first time this year. It's hit not all that well out to center. Would like to see that hit harder as the season moves forward.
And here's the veteran outfielder,
Jake
Fraley.
Now Jake Fraley is a solid vet at this point.
To third.
But he'll ground out, and they go short way to second.
And
Inning
that
is
ends it.
retired.
Back here at Great American Ballpark, second inning set to go. And the batter will be the shortstop, Willie Adonis.
Nice slider on the inside right there.
Talent on display when this guy's out there in the hill.
Headed towards
We
the
are
corner.
projected second with the 94 and 68 record.
But it's foul.
Let's try to get into the hundreds this year, huh?
Next pitch
Way
is
outside
way
right there.
And
That's
there's
down. We've got a full count. Oh boy. Ryan Noda's a giant now, huh?
the-
That is high, and they've got their
That's how they
first
get
base
their
runner.
First base runner of the game.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I tell you what, he earned that walk.
Noda.
Ryan Noda, the next to hit. They'll
Kinda
score
chased
here in
to
the
that.
second. Cuts it.
And chased it again.
Strikeout. Blake Sable, the next giant to hit. Not even close
I cannot
there.
believe they're hanging on to this guy.
And that one
That's probably why. Look at that power.
foul.
Holy. Smoked it. Smoked it again. That's off the wall.
Field.
We got to get it in before they get in around. All right, it is a double. And there's runners on second and
These hitters today
third.
are so great with handling velocity. They're seeing
That's what
high
happens when you rip
speeds
somebody
day
with
after
nothing to
day, and a nice
back
job
it up.
turning that one around.
Tyler
Now,
Fitzgerald
Tyler Fitzgerald.
has super speed, but let's see what else he's got. It is on the ground to Hampson. Hampson to first. Fitzgerald is out.
Riding on that at bat right there. Nice job of the pitcher to bear down, make the pitch, get the ground ball. Excellent piece of work.
Just
Now it's
high.
the veteran outfielder.
Not by
Luis
much at
Montes.
all right there. I can't believe that just got by him.
Chance they get out of this without a
Literally cannot believe he didn't swing at that.
on the
It is on the ground to Horner.
one handle.
And he throws to first. Nobody scores here in the second.
So it's no runs on
Excellent.
bottom half of
Now
inning
we'll
number
have
2.
Josh
Now it's the
Naylor.
DH, Josh Naylor.
Joshua.
And
That
ball
is inside. I'm totally hyped with the team we put together for this season, honestly. That is also inside. Great take by Josh. Patrick Bailey, who is not known for speed, will be
Yeah,
next.
He's a really fair umpire, both the pitchers and the hitters. So standard strike zone, he's consistent with it. And the great
That
thing is you
sinker
don't see
may
players
or may not have
question
been
the balls too
outside the
much.
zone.
So that's a
It
good
was
thing
literally
in
a
this
may
day
or
and
may
age.
not have been. Up to the umpire in that case. Full count. That's pretty well struck. That is high.
That's back.
He's got his back turned. It is gone. First home run of the season goes to Josh Naylor.
He'll circle the bases. It's
And for someone who is projected to have 29 home runs on the year, you're pretty happy to see one in game number 1 of the year.
Bad combo. That's the exact definition of hitting the ball where it's pitched, taking that outside fastball.
And now Patrick Bailey, the switch-hitting catcher, will take his at-bat. I do believe this is the first at-bat against his former team.
Go back to work, focus on this next batter.
stays
Fouls that
alive.
sinker off. He is at 97 career home runs, so wonder when he'll get to 100. That is outside the zone, but swung on. It is strike 3.
Recovery after giving up the homer.
Well, that's
Bailey
always the
down on
key
strikes.
to effective pitching is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really
All right,
allows you to
Christian
start expanding the
Encarnacion
zone.
Strand
Hitters
now.
become defensive, and all of a sudden that
Way
pitch
outside.
is really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
That is early on the freaking sweeper. I feel, oh my goodness, he's almost at 1,000 strikeouts. You expect him to get there. And that's a foul ball by Encarnacion Strand. You would totally expect that milestone to be hit this year. Or this game, I mean. Of course it's going to be hit this year. There's no way he finishes the season without another strikeout. Robert will be next. There's a full count. It's inside, and Canacion Strand works a walk. And now Luis Robert Jr. will take his first at bat of the year.
Little chopper rolls foul.
That is 1-2 now. 1-2 now. We're gonna take a step, not thinking of stealing here. There's strikeout number 1000. And they don't even mention it. That is insane work there, broadcast team.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
He'll stay alive. 1-2 still. Naylor, the only one on the lineup to have an actual hit. And it stays that way as Lawrence Butler grounds out.
But they're off to a good start as they pick up a run. Welcome back. Here's a look at this team's early season projection.
Looked at that, but we didn't. Where was that? Just down, but he swung. So Zach DeLoach strikes out.
He's down on strikes, and he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
I love to see guys compete, and I know he's frustrated that he wasn't able to do anything with that pitch. You see it so
Will
well,
Benson, we are back to the top of the... Oh, mercy, he smashes that into the gap.
Gets down into the gap, makes the turn and heads for second.
Robert just got to get it in. It is a 1-out double for former Red Will Benson.
You're so much more likely to get something you can handle. Loud contact.
I mean, the only reason we even let him go was because we couldn't afford him.
Headed for the plate. The relay throw.
It's a tie game, 1-1.
From second, scores on the play.
Seeing him at his number 55 is so wild. All right, we're starting to hang just a few pitches here.
He hasn't been very efficient. Runner on the go.
That's just foul.
And they'll do it again. Knocks that one
Inside, fouled away. That's also inside, but way too far inside.
When you consider the way the game is run now,
that may or may not end up through the gap. It does. They are running through second. We got him at third. That was a brain buster right there. What in the world? Now this runner's off. It's a perfect throw down. He slides under the tag. That is lucky, man. Not going to see many people able to run on Patrick Bailey like that. But it doesn't end up mattering. We do get out of the inning following a run. Check to swing. They got 3 hits that last inning. Yikes. Alrighty, what do we got? It's a line drive right to first base.
Right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Outside to Garrett Hampson. He got plunked in his first at bat.
1 out, base is empty.
He'll be looking to reach on at least a single. That makes it 2-2. Let's go Reds. Let's go Reds. Let's go Reds. That's another foul ball. Where is it? What's he got? I feel like this should be an off-speed pitch, but you never know. There it is, and it's way inside. Garrett has himself a full count.
Get a pretty good pitch to hit here with 3-hole hitter coming up if
he's walked. I mean, he's coming up anyways. Struck out Hampson. Oh my.
For him on the bump today.
Well, that's the effect of the splitter that you're looking for on the mound. Really nice pitch right there.
Awesome. All right, Ellie De La Cruz will bat with 2 down.
Perhaps a fastball with a little more straight and velo to it.
It is smoked, and that is his first hit of the year. He's up to 97 speed because of the coaching boosts we have in those departments, so that's nice. Yep, I want that throw down,
And he dives back in
and then I want to see a
tied up
kind
here
of
in the early going.
slide step, pitch out type thing right here. That is in there for strike 2, though. I wasn't really aiming to swing at that. We're going to steal right here.
Ellie on his way to second.
That
On
is
the right side.
softly
Takes
hit
himself
to
the
first
bag, and
base.
that'll do it.
So unfortunately,
Back
we
here in
get nothing
Cincinnati.
there.
New inning getting started. Now, Ryan Noda.
All right, Hunter Green's pitch count looking a little bit bloated, a little ugly.
Foul ball still a 1-2
Not
count.
too serious, though. It's in the 60s.
And
Got
strikes
Ryan Noda.
4 strikeouts now.
4 Ks, so far 1 for each inning.
Hit, Blake Sable.
Sable swings through that one.
When you throw a fastball by a guy like that, I imagine it's got to feel incredible.
And he flies out to Butler. I was a little worried with that contact right there.
And now Tyler Fitzgerald.
Now with 2 down, there's a full count, and Tyler Fitzgerald fouls one off.
See another payoff pitch.
You can see he was trying to stay back long enough.
All right, this is pitch number 79. It's fouled off again, so we will get to pitch number 80, which means we've averaged 20 pitches an inning, which is just not good, and there will be more. We're supposed to win the division by 14 games. Holy cow. All right, Fitzgerald to Hampson, all the way across to Encarnacion Strand. I should have read that. I kind of like watching that. Okay. Naylor homered in his last at-bat. Let's see what he can do right here. There is a 2-strike count. And that is just high. Full count. Why in the world does that second guy have a Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp logo? Oh my gosh, it's going to die early, isn't it? That guy's jogging on that thing. He caught it on the track. Now Patrick Bailey struck out on sinkers his last time up. And there's a sweeper right there that got him. Kerry Carpenter's supposed to be a National League RBI leader. Jeez. Just down. Good take right there. McCarthy is supposed to lead the other side with 41, and we're supposed to have 57 on our side. Jeez.
One down, base is empty.
Fouls that one off. He'll stay alive. We need him to. That is softly hit to second base. Probably not going to reach this time. Alrighty, Christian Encarnacion Strand takes that one. It's ball 2. He worked a walk his first and only at bat. We only have 2 hits in 4 innings. We also have a couple of walks. 3 and 1. Here we go. Full count. It's in there. I thought it was. I'm so sorry. I miscounted that. It was a 3 and 1 count. All right. I was right to take that then. That one got away, and it was a ball, but swinging, strike 3. I totally miscalculated the count. I thought it was full count already. But we struck out. Inning is over. New one begins. Hunter Green. Gonna look to at least get through this inning. I don't see a 6th inning happening for him today.
Tough pitch at 98, but a really good pass at the ball.
But it's a healthy start for the season so far. Nicely done. De La Cruz to first.
Zach DeLoach, the next giant to hit.
Now Zach DeLoach.
Offering is in for a strike.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located.
All right, he's going to have to run for this one. That might be dropped. It's not. Good pick.
Great fundamentals there at first.
You know what I love? When you hit the yellow. When you get into yellow there and the guy catches it. The commentary compliments the pick.
next to hit. Will
Like, if it's
Benson.
green, even if it's like a beautiful, beautiful pick, they don't care. That's popped up. It looks like it could get out of play. Hampson's waiting there. It does get out of play. Full count. 96 pitches. And it's right to De La Cruz.
But he's there for the third. Righty
New
reliever
pitcher
out
on the
of the pen,
mound
Randy
for.
Rodriguez.
Still pretty early in the ball game.
Let's
so
go
this
with this
bullpen has some
Roberto
work ahead of 'em.
Arroyo.
Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick
I
outs,
know I butchered
kinda
that
bridge the
somehow.
gap that starter left.
Honestly, his stamina's high enough we might get 2 innings out of him if we need them. That is just outside to Luis Robert.
Well, these Reds,
I really
they
want a
bring up
couple
the
hits
quality
here.
of their at-bats and specifically their swings. Just one extra base.
I know, it was a home run, though, if that
Not
makes any
exactly
difference.
hitting the ball gap to gap or out of the park. That makes it really difficult to generate runs.
Oh my gosh, that's a great spot for a fastball, guys. Holy mackerel. Alright, full count. Okay, we got to that one.
Do
Barely.
it again.
What do we do here? We strike out. I was trying to hit that. He throws hard, dude.
99.
It's hard to catch up to that.
Quick with the bat speed these days. So many guys throwing in the upper 90s, and you see. the
Alrighty,
velocity
we've
on that.
got
Just
Lawrence
off
Butler, who goes too far around on the
in.
circle change. It looked like a fastball on the way in there.
Long
It was
distance.
not.
They want to get as many strikeouts as they possibly can.
Inside to him.
2-2.
We may end up replacing Lawrence Butler with TJ Friedel. That may end up happening. That was hit hard, though. I think he heard me. He said, "Don't you dare. It is gone."
And this place is rocking. His first homer of the year, and the Reds jump out.
2-1 lead. That is our 3rd hit of the ball game. And just great hitting from Lawrence Butler. As soon as I said we may end up replacing him with Friedel. So good for him.
Look, I wasn't sure he hit that one as hard as he needed to get it out of here, but it had just enough behind it for the homer.
Just enough. Was that first row? It was definitely up front. Yeah, that was first row. Nice. I think it landed on the stairs. Nico Horner, the leadoff hitter, batting with 1 down here. He'll swing at that low circle change. All right. It is a 1-2 count. He swings through it.
Slider got him for strike 3.
Bummer.
Well, that right there is just a
That there's a bummer. All right, 2 down here for Garrett Hampson. 0 for 1. Has reached after getting hit in the back. He got to that somehow. Interesting.
Tell you what, that's a tremendous 2-strike pitch.
I do like these opening days at home. I will say that. That is way high.
2 down, base is empty, but 1 run across. Last half of inning number
And
5.
now it's 2-2. Way outside. Full count to Hampson. I would be happy with this speed on base. And the speed on deck is not much worse. And he works a walk. Hampson's speed is down a few points. He's down to 94. At one point last year he had 99. So we're going here. That is called a ball. The throw is high. And the first stolen base of the year goes to Garrett Hampson.
Hampson on its second with 2 down.
Oh, I like how big this thing just got. It's a 3-1 count. And it's smoked to center, and it gets down. I thought it was about to get caught.
He'll score easily, and it's
3-1 Reds. Ellie De La Cruz with the RBI single. He deserved that one because that was 113 off the bat, and it made me think it was about to carry into that glove.
runner at first, 2 away.
Take the step.
Now here is Jake Frazier.
We're not doing anything here. He throws over. We're going to take another step.
Back in
So we're going to wait for the next pitch. We're going to try, anyways. Yep, there's the slide step. It goes outside. 2-1 count. Perfect pitch to steal on. Good jump. Fouled. Oh, it's going to be fair and popped. I shouldn't have swung at that. We might have had a chance at getting that one called a ball, but
We're back, And
Roberto
they make a change
Arroyo.
to start the sixth.
This may or may not be
Pitcher,
his very
Roberto
first ever
Arroyo.
start, or
On for his major league debut.
there it
A
is.
moment he will
I
never
can't
forget.
believe he's up to
Better
a
believe that.
80
It's
overall
always so
when it's his
special the
major
first
league
time
debut.
you get into a big league
I'm gonna
ball
have to
game.
edit
They
those
did it as a
cleats.
position player, but for him, as a pitcher, sure,
Y'all
there's
will
some
see what
nerves
I
there.
pick after
Probably
this
don't wanna squeeze
episode,
the baseball
in the
too
next
tight.
episode.
Just relax and do what you're capable of doing.
Oh man!
Batter
All right, come on,
hears and
Arroyo.
fouls it away.
I think it's Arroyo. Because I know we used to have Bronson Arroyo,
Remains
and we have
2-2.
Edwin Arroyo, who's currently in AAA. And those were both spelled with
Keeps the
Y's.
bat
This is a
going with a
J,
foul ball.
but all right, he can't get a pitch by him. But let's keep going. Major League debut for the guy.
Spoils that one,
Another
and it
foul ball by
remains
Matt
2-2.
Chapman. I know he wants a strikeout. We just got to focus on getting the out here.
That's
That's
foul
another
off the right
foul
side,
ball.
keeps the AB going.
Roberto Arroyo is having some troubles right here.
Next one, off the plate
Inside by
inside.
just
Three
a
balls, 2
little
strikes.
bit. Struck him out with the changeup.
Changeup struck him out.
Just gotta throw any pitch
That is
to
his
count,
first
3-2,
career
goes off
strikeout,
speed,
and it comes
gets the
against
out.
one of the best hitters, Matt Chapman.
And now it's the Giants DH, Julio Quintero. And he hits a ground
Julio
ball right
had a
side.
stolen base earlier, but this time he grounds out and doesn't even get the base.
2 quick outs to open the top of the sixth. And now the shortstop, Willie Adames.
Good fade and sinking action to that changeup. Got that hitter to roll over.
Strike on Willie Adames.
Pretty often so far, but you can't get frustrated. You got to find a way to shake it off. Go up there and relax. That's the only way.
That's a
you're gonna be
foul
able to put
ball
runs
on
up the
that
board.
pitch. Let's
Two
see.
down, nobody on.
Let's
Here
go
on
inside
opening
cutter.
day.
Cut it from inside to try to hit the top of the zone up there. It is
Fights
fouled
that one
away.
Still 1-2.
Slightly laborious on the amount of pitches this inning, despite nobody reaching. 20th pitch is a strikeout. That's 2 on the inning.
Up, 3 down inning. Giants are down 1-2-3.
What
And it
a
remains
debut
3-1
for
ball game.
Arroyo. Perfect pitch on the inside. Oh my goodness.
Nick Sandlin gets the ball now.
Nick
Pretty tight game, so they're
Sandlin.
looking
They
for
move to the
quality pitches out of
bullpen
him right here. Gotta do
for
his
the
best to
second
keep it
time on
score.
the evening.
Right where it is.
Naylor is looking to start him off with some damage.
Outside
And
low.
this time it is... I read Bailey's name wrong. I thought we had Luke Raley for some reason. Oh my goodness, it's through for a base hit, and it'll be his second on the day. Starting to lose some speed with our vets. I mean, he never had any, but he's got even less now.
Bailey.
But let's go, Bailey.
Swing.
That's low. He gets a little bit angsty at the plate.
Gets his lead at first. Nobody out.
Naylor could steal. I doubt it, but he could. Theoretically.
Next
That is
ball,
just outside. Oh my, what a take. Patrick. Outside, 3-2.
And ball four.
Ooh, he checked it. We've got 2 on.
Not the start to this inning he was hoping for on the mound. Now he's
Sandlin has
dial it
walked.
up against the bottom part of this lineup
The
to get
second
out of this
hitter,
jam.
the first one, was aboard with a hit of his own.
Off 2-2.
And now Christian Encarnacion Strand looking to continue things here this inning. That is beat into the outfield. Hold him at third. Hold him at third. He's not fast enough to make that. It was a little bit wild. I think he may have had a chance. But guess who's next? Luis Robert has the bases loaded with nobody out. It is high, 2-1.
So good about
This
trying to
inning
drive the ball to the
could
opposite
go
field gap in
so
these
great.
situations. If he takes that approach, he could bust this game wide open.
That is fouled away, making it 2-2.
You need a strikeout, and you need a ball perhaps on the ground for a double play, or get yourself a pop-up, something, but you've got to make some pitches. But if he can battle and get through this, he can earn some points.
Everybody's going. Everybody's going. We've got to run in.
Score on the wild pitch. Runners
decision to head home when you see the ball get that far away from the catcher.
2 runners in scoring
Now
position.
Robert has
Nobody
just
out.
2 on. And that is absolutely smoked. We are going to test it.
Both runners tagging.
The throw is wild and it's a run.
Flies, and they lead by 4.
Good piece of hitting right there. He's thinking off the bat.
Now with 1 down, we still have a runner in scoring position on third. Contact scores a run. That is a walk, and we'll turn the order around to Nico
So the
Horner.
lineup flips over and ready to hit now for Cincinnati. Nico Horner.
Nico! Come on, man. Checks it. It was in the zone. That was a great pitch. Outside, we're going again. That's another wild pitch by Sandlin. And another run.
Well, you'll take a run however you can get it. And right there, the wild
That's
pitch
the
is what
second
made it.
time in the inning
No need to wait
that
around
has
for a
happened.
runner on a ball like that.
And it's second.
That is through. Oh my gosh, that's getting through again. Hold him at third. Because that throw is finally on target.
Runners at the corners with 1 out.
Sandlin is done. Only recording 1 out in his day. Zach Wheeler, the former Philly, is in.
Here's a 1-1.
That is called a ball at the bottom of the zone.
Runners are at the corners.
Definitely helping us out a little bit there.
Wheeler with a
I don't think we
throw.
really need to steal, honestly. He's got enough speed to do it. I'm not going to do it, though. Hampson, 0 for 1, has walked twice. Has a good RBI chance.
Hit on the ground.
But it's hit really hard to
Goes to
second.
for 1.
And the inning is over.
Out of the pen. 1 batter.
So good for Wheeler, getting them out of the inning. We are working another inning with Arroyo.
And that's in there at the knees.
95 on the cutter down.
Swing.
That's hard hit.
Smash
Robert
to the line.
is going to be there.
Made.
Nicely done.
And there's 1 down. Blake Sable, the next Giant to hit.
Man, that's one of
Okay,
those at-bats
we're
where
going to
you
have
remind yourself
a
it's
setup
about the
man ready
process.
for
You did
either
everything
this
right
inning or
there.
next.
Nothing
It
to
depends
show
on what
for
starts
it.
happening.
But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Oh my gosh, they're smoking the baseballs right now, but
Throws to first.
we're getting them
Two
out.
away to start the 7th. 2 down, bases empty.
Don't look now,
And
but
up
I
next for
am
the
almost
Giants,
identical
Tyler
to the
Fitzgerald.
actual Reds score
So,
right
a
now.
foul
They're
ball
up
makes it
7 to 1.
1-2.
We're up 6 to 1.
Reds leading by 5.
So naturally, that means we're going to get one more.
Inning number 7.
That's a good foul ball right there. It's the same inning as well, so. Strike
And it's
3
strikeout,
and a great day for Arroyo. All right, Ellie De La Cruz starting 2 for 3, and it's through. That's batted down. I don't think they're going to get him. They do not. Ellie is on.
And they don't get an out on the play. So now here's the Reds cleanup.
All right.
Jake Fraley. Wheeler with a
Do the throw
De La
over.
Cruz dives back in safely. De La Cruz on at first. Nobody.
Let's try our hardest to put somebody in scoring position here.
Ellie
No
on the
slide
move.
step. It's down. Late jump. He's under the tag. Oh my goodness, that's lucky.
Singy, the best way to catch this guy might be on replay.
Nah, a better throw would have gotten him by a mile. That ball's already in his glove.
You see that sprint speed on StatCast right there. It's
Fraley now has. That wasn't even a fast pitch.
It's a lot of pressure on those guys.
And it's second.
That's high. Full count to Fraley.
It's a full count.
0 for 3 so far today, but looking for something good to happen at this particular
And ball
moment.
up.
And he will take ball 4. Naylor, who's also 2 for 3.
And now the
Ooh,
designated
lefties.
hitter for the Reds.
Warm up
Josh Naylor.
schedule. Robert Garcia. Kate Smith will unfortunately have to wait. Ooh, wait a minute. Let's go with Adrian Morahan. I really don't know who I want to go for. I don't know who I want to go for right here. I have no idea. Let's go with Morahone. Sorry, everybody. Being all schedule. All right, sweet. 2 on, no out. This is shaping up to be a pretty good season debut. Oh, that's a great grab. A double play.
That's a double play.
For me, that's one of
Hit
the
hard,
toughest
but
double plays to
Noda
turn
had
on
it
infield.
covered.
First baseman has to get inside, create a throwing lane to hit that middle infielder to start the double
Any
play.
further to the
And then
right,
from
and
there,
that may have
completing
been
it
an
back to
RBI.
first.
But for
Really
now,
good job all the way around.
we have to give props to Ryan Noda.
And now Patrick Bailey.
Oh,
And
that's
that one
pretty
is
well
lifted in
hit,
the
but
air.
it looks like it
Benson
should
has speed on it
get
and makes
caught.
the grab.
So, promising start,
So a new arm out of the bullpen
but
for the
couldn't
Reds,
get the
Adrian
finish.
Morahone.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called
Benson
upon for big leads
is
because
supposed to
it
bat
just doesn't
this
have
inning.
the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how.
Oh
Oh, this ball
my
is
gosh.
crushed into left field.
All right,
It's on
Luis
its way
Matos
and gone.
puts them back on the board for the first time in a little bit.
He sends it out of here. His
One
first
more
home
run, and they
of the year.
might
It's
actually
6-2.
be within
Here's the lefty.
save range. But Zach DeLoach, these are the guys that we put Morahone in to
With
face.
the top of the 8th.
It's just kind of a bummer he would give up a first pitch home run to, not first pitch, just first batter home run. That's 2-2.
That's off the inside corner, and it's 2-2.
Always exciting to see a
Come on now.
home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to
Down the
expect a
line,
big inning.
Hampson takes it and throws it across the diamond. Does he have a regular fastball? He does. Will Benson, 1 for 3 on the day. That's hit really well. Fraley's after it. He takes it. Good grab.
Matt Chapman up to the plate now.
Yep, the ever dangerous Matt Chapman hits it hard. Robert is there, and the inning is over. We will head to the bottom of the 8th,
It's a run for the Giants on the solo blast.
and we're up by 4.
And we're
So,
back.
who do we
Now
want to
first
use?
baseman, Christian Encarnacion Strand.
Not using our. I'm gonna use Piamps. As good as he was. Oh no, we're not. We're gonna use Garcia. As good as Piamps was last year, he is the worst pitcher in our bullpen this year. That just goes to show you how good our bullpen is. In there for a strike at the bottom half. Good pitch there. Awesome. I did not want to swing at that, but it was in the zone for so long, I felt I had to.
One down. So here's Robert
Now Robert, still no hits on an 0 for 2 day. Okay. He had a sac fly, didn't he? So when I get a hit, whenever that is, the OBP is going to look lower than the average, which is always funny when that happens. Alrighty. That is struck really hard, but it's going to get caught in the grass out there.
Matos makes the catch. 2 down.
Luis Matos.
Lawrence Butler.
Butler has a homer today. And he has another one. Holy cow.
That ball's carried. Into the seats.
That is deep back there.
Coming close to the Ohio. Another homer. His second home run of the game. And they boost their lead.
He really wants to keep this starting job, huh?
Absolutely, no doubt off the bat.
Lawrence Butler smokes one, and that'll extend the lead to 7-2. That was a phenomenal hit.
It gets right there. You take advantage of a mistake. That is an ultimate. Here it is. Watch it. I'm going to jog around the bases.
Just straight up said, gone.
Back to the top of the order now.
Nico Horner now.
The next to hit for the Reds.
That's pretty well struck. That's gonna get caught out there though.
His way over.
Unless Matos drops it.
Pulls it down and
He doesn't.
makes the catch.
Out number 3.
That's the third out. One for
And
the
we
Reds,
will
a
head
homer.
to... I can't believe
Last
him.
chance coming up for the Giants.
Lawrence freaking Butler, dude. Who is in line for the win? Is it,
They turn things over to the southpaw, Robert Garcia.
Okay, let's go, Garcia. One of our new arms. That's pretty well struck, but Robert should have easy work on it. He sure does. We're gonna probably end up trading some, oh my gosh. So you see, this game's never over when you're facing against the Giants. However, they've got to make up 4 freaking runs.
Got the bat head to it, hooked it down the line,
Dang.
and was able
Sorry.
to keep it fair for a long,
Reds are up 10-1 now.
Really impressive.
The actual team Reds, not these Reds. Ryan Noda has a 1-2 count. Matt McClain hit a 3-run homer. So all of you actually Reds fans, he's doing good. The pop-up is handled by Bailey on a bounce. That's popped up really high. Hampson couldn't get there. It is off the netting.
Garcia is just 1 strike away.
That's another foul ball. Just out of play.
2 outs.
Strike 3, and game 1 of 2030 is done. So just when you thought I might be done with this series, we go and start season 6. And we start it in a great way. 7-3 finish. Hunter Green gets the win in game 1. Wonder if we'll use Matt Theis at all this year. I know he's available. There's also a not so great rule. I wish I hadn't done the Rule 5 draft. We got 2 picks because we didn't have our freaking 40-man filled up at the time. So that was totally my fault. Although I'm not mad at getting Matt Theis. I like him. Think he's a pretty decent guy. And with that, oh my goodness, good start for Ellie De La Cruz, starting 3 for 4. I will see you guys in the next episode. Peace out.